Okay, let's go ahead and graph what we put together in part 1. Just as a reminder, here's our equation. We found the center, we found A and B, and then we put it together with c squared equals a squared plus b squared to find C. Now we're ready to graph. 1, 2, 1, 2. There's your center. From your center, just like an ellipse, exactly like an ellipse, we're going to go, since this is under x, 2.8 in each direction. 1, 2, almost to 3. 1, 2, almost to 3. In the y direction, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. And we're going to pause. At this point, we have done exactly the same thing as the ellipse. And we're going to continue to do the exact same thing. We're going to take the center and we're going to add the C value. But because the major axis, the x is first, this is called the transverse axis in a hyperbola. Because x is first, and remember, first matters with a hyperbola, I add or subtract the 3.5 to the x value. So I come up with 1.5 comma negative 2, and I come up with negative 5.5 comma negative 2, or approximately thereabouts. And I'm going to put my foci in. 1.5. Let's go ahead and put those in red to indicate focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And you'll notice our foci end up outside where our shape would be. That's going to take what would have been potentially an ellipse, and it's going to take that ellipse and turn it inside out. To do that, here's where it changes. Find the ends of your transverse axis, AA, BB, and your conjugate axis. So transverse is equal to 2A. Conjugate axis is 2B. Draw a box through each of those points. And now connect the diagonals. And by connecting the diagonals, we have two asymptotes. Nothing can be in the box, nothing can cross the asymptotes, so what remains is a shape that looks like this. It's a big giant H. The black, the red is just a guide. The black is the graph itself. The foci are here. So we have center, major axis, transverse axis, conjugate axis, asymptotes. Now, by the way, slope for the asymptotes is nothing but rise over run. So in our case, we went up 2 and over 2.8. So that's the slope, but that's a fairly minor issue. That's how it looks. It opens this way because x is first. How do you know which one's first? It's the one that's positive, not the one that's negative. Okay, we'll come back in part 3 and finish this up.